It's time for the weekly update. Welcome back to another Bit Legend video, fellas. In the background, I'm going to be traversing through Raid 7. Hopefully I won't have to put too many brain cells on this, but I actually want to get to the final boss. I'm going to show you guys a legendary catcher in action. I'm going to catch the Raid 7 boss, I'm going to catch the Raid 8 boss, and then I'm going to make the goddess the new hyperfusion that's doing so amazing. So that's what we're going to be doing in the background. I'm going to try to read through all of these new updates. You should have seen, or depending on whenever they go up, I have already filmed and recorded the talent updates, so I'm going to talk about that separately because this is a massive update and I don't want to do it all in once because you and I will go crazy. So I'll talk about the general updates here. The talents will have their own videos whenever they go up, probably soon, maybe already by now, but it makes sense. Come on, there's a lot of stuff going on. Let's do it. So let's get off to a decent start before I start digging into the updates. Let me get some SP rolling. Let me get some shields going on my team. Hopefully, I haven't done this raid in such a long time that I don't remember how difficult certain things are. So I'm just gonna play it safe to get things started. I put shield on my tank there. I'm getting SP on all my boys. There we go. Doesn't look too bad. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shield my entire team. Hopefully this pet doesn't kill that guy so I can do it. And then there we go. I don't want to put it on autopilot because I'll stop paying attention to the screen and then I will accidentally kill the boss and I won't be able to use my catcher on it. In fact, I don't even remember what the boss looks like. I know there's a little humanoid looking guy. I know that one. But sometimes you run into the goblin thing here. I want to get the legendary car thing. They all look the same to me. Is that fair to say? Is that wrong? But anyways, you are currently looking at the Bounty Hunter DPS. Hey, look at you. Yeah, join my team. The Bounty Hunter DPS, you are looking at it in full force before the changes. How much SP they're gaining per turn, how much SP they're getting per crit. All of that is about to change when the update hits. I don't know where the boss is. Can I hook the corner? Yeah, we can. But this is like a time capsule kind of situation. This stuff's changing. Surprisingly, full launch is not getting touched at all, but the SP gain of the bounty hunters are getting toned down a little bit. And we're really gonna have to see it in action to realize how much of a difference that really is gonna be. But again, check out the bounty hunter DPS talent change update video thing. But let me get to this boss. I want to get to the boss and then I can autopilot the rest of it. Is he here? Of course he's not there. We'll get there. Yeah, so let me just get through this before I get to it, because I got a lot to say about all the different changes and whatnot coming up. And we're probably pretty close. Raid 7 is not too bad right now. Like I said, if you click a direction and then you get pulled into a battle, the autopilot will run you where you clicked. So that's what happened right there. So we're just flying through this. And again, take this time to reminisce on the power of the full launch ability and the power of the SP gain, because the times are changing. And honestly, if they change anything, I was actually hoping they would change more full launch, if anything, than they would actually the SP gain, because the SP gain is it's the entire build, it's the entire play style itself. And I do think the play style will be intact, but I'm apprehensive, man. I'm apprehensive. Did I already go up here? I already went up there. Bum, bum, bum. Hey, there's the boss. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fight him. We're going to not have autopilot on so we can use the legendary catcher. We're gonna catch the legendary guy. I think it's the blue car, right? I should have looked this up, man. Fortunately, when you click one of these guys, it'll actually give you a little prompt and it'll say the name. So four-wheel drive boy, that is the one we want. We've got him now. We're gonna do some we're gonna run through this. And then after this battle, we'll autopilot and I'll read the updates that I have been teaching you guys about. All right, autopilot's on, and and we can finally do it. If I wrap this video up quick, I will do the goddess in her own separate video, I guess. We'll do it that way. But don't worry, it's coming. It's coming, fellas. A lot of videos to the channel. Okay, so number 1, there is a new barber in the city. He can help players change their hair style, hair color, and skin color. That's pretty cool. I wonder if this new NPC is going to be someone else from the community. They're not listed, so I guess not. Maybe they could change that to someone else in the community if they want to keep doing that, but kind of cool to see. Number 2, in the war system, you can get the Medal of Honor by defeating your opponents. You can buy items in the war shop with that Medal of Honor. So we are seeing a new, I'm assuming it's a loot box. We're seeing a new loot box in the game. No idea what the items are going to be in that loot box. It could be anything. It could be items. It could be energy. It could be resource boosts. Well, I guess we'll have to see when it comes out. Hopefully there will be a preview button so we can actually see what is in there. But I got to say, I've been a little bit less than excited about war lately. You know, they rebalanced the teams, so I'm no longer on red team with a bunch of my friends, and I feel currently that I can't really make an impact by myself, not so much. And even if I could, the rewards don't really do it. Like if I'm gonna use gems to do war mode, I'm not getting anywhere near the return that I would want to see on that. Hey, we can go to raid 8. But I'm not seeing, if I'm putting gems into war mode, I'm not getting the return on that investment. And if I'm not putting gems in, I'm not really pushing the map that much. I can usually clear 2 and clear the central building, but it gets flipped, even if I do it pretty close to reset. So all that is to say, I was kind of losing interest in the war thing, and some days I was just considering not doing it. But now that they add in some sort of like war medal to it, maybe the rewards will be worth doing. But anywho, I guess those dogs have something to say about it, but let's go into raid 8. Hopefully, usually when you run raid 8 and you're not filming, everything's fine, but as soon as you film, you get blown up a bunch of times, so hopefully this won't be too nasty. I really do suggest if you want an easier run, putting a tank in the second spot, but we're just going to keep this team going, and hopefully I won't autopilot run into anything super quick. We did, but it's okay. So yeah, war mode, they're making it spicy. I think they've been able to track through data and whatnot that people have lost a little bit of interest with war. I'm sure I'm not the only one there. So hopefully this will make it worth your time, because 30 PvP style attacks per day is a lot. Also, what I'd like to see with war mode is if they would force it to be autopilot, I think that might actually help. That way things are a little bit more fair because you're fighting an enemy that's autopilot. If it forced you on autopilot, it would be a faster battle. You'd have to really design your team well. I think that might actually be worth suggesting, but we'll talk about that. Before we do that, I want to use my shield skill to shield the tank. I'm actually going to shield the second slot as well. Now I'm going to gain SP on all of the other guys. I'm just going to try to get SP. The guy that I'm really worried about is the one with the gun. He just got taken down. He likes to do attack random, I believe. That's why I shielded the second spot, and that's why I suggested that you run a tank in the second spot. You can get away with it. The first round is usually really iffy. After that, we'll be okay. I'm going to put him in my third spot to keep him a little bit more safe. And just because I used a potion on him, I will use the healing skill there. But we should be able to wrap this one up. We've got enough SP or so to roll into the next battle and do relatively okay, but we'll see. We'll see. The first start is always a little bit spicy. I'm going to try to hang the corner on this guy. I probably won't get it. Nope, don't get it. The gun guy can be a pain in the butt because I believe he has attack random or attack furthest or something. So let's see how this one goes. We got more SP this time. Hopefully we can get some shielding on the team before they do anything nasty. Okay, so what do we do here? I'm just going to build SP on him because the guy coming right behind him should have shielding. So there we go, shield and heal team. It does heal as well, but you don't see the battle text. And then since I've got enough DPS players, I really think 3 DPS players is plenty. We have enough to do a full launch there. And again, like I said in the first video, keep in mind, this is almost like a time capsule. You're seeing how much SP they're getting per turn, how much SP they're getting per crit, and etc. But we'll get back to the announcements. Let me try to get through here and get the boss, and then I'll just autopilot out win or loss, I guess. So there's no there. Has anybody ever counted out how many fights you have per raid? I used to think it was 10, but I think we just passed more than 10 people, more than 10 enemies. Almost got past that, probably not. I think I've seen this map before as well. I always assumed that the maps were like randomly generated, but they might not be. So anyways, we'll find the boss, and then we'll capture the guy, we'll do the thing and the stuff. I'm gonna shield the tank, and then we'll eventually get a full launch off here. Like even with this, you're seeing my guys aren't capping their SP between every battle. I've got 2 guys right now that aren't capped and 1 guy's at 2 SP. So we're all going to be impacted by this change. I really think I'm going the wrong way, man. Oh, we went the right way. I see him in the corner. We're almost there. So we're going to do it again. I got an absorb. The absorb is really good. That way I don't have to use a shielding skill on my tank. But we're blowing through here. I'm going to remember to use the capture item on the other legendary boss. And then I'll autopilot. I'll finish all of the announcements because we're actually halfway through the announcements. And then I will fuse the goddess, and that will wrap it. So we're almost there, guys. I appreciate those of you that were able to listen to my fragmented announcements. Back in the day when I could edit stuff, what I would do is I'd film this stuff as B-roll. I would film it in the background, and then I would just talk over it and narrate over it. But now I'm having to do it all in the same time. So there we go. We caught both of those. We've used our legendary catchers. To be clear, I don't think this is a good use of the legendary catchers. I think you should save those because they're so rare on something more rare. For the foreseeable future, I will be doing Raid 8 constantly, so I'll have many chances, even just without using gems, to catch these bosses. But I wanted to fuse her so I can make the video so I can show you guys sooner, and she's doing really well on the on guild boss stuff there. But anyways, all right. We're going to autopilot it. Whatever happens, happens. Let me get through these announcements. So we talked about there's a barber being added to the system. We talked about the war system. You're getting a medal when you win a battle. That also might mean that you might want to pick easier battles. I usually go for the more difficult battles to test stuff and just because it's fun. Now I'm probably going to go for easier battles just to get the winning currency for that. Number 3, all players can buy 1 investment project, and each player can only buy 1 investment project. I have no idea what investment project means. So as soon as we figure it out, we've asked, but as soon as we figure that out, we'll definitely talk about it. So join the Discord, be part of that conversation. No idea what it means. Some people are thinking, are we getting housing? Are we getting this? Are we getting that? Hold your horses. Let's find out what the translation means. Number 4, there is a new NPC named Lower Legend in the city. For those of you that don't know, Lower Legend was the actual person who designed the Discord. There's a funny story to it, but we won't get into it. But so he's designed the Discord. He started the thing, got it running. And I think he's probably the main person that pulled me into playing the game originally as well. But anyways, so Lower Legend will be an NPC. He will guide players to the Discord community. Players can find the managers of the Discord community and ask the secret code and return to game to exchange for prizes. So basically, they're trying to do, oh man, my whole team got wrecked. They're trying to do a promotion that players can join the Discord, get a code that you can put in the game, and then you can get some bonuses in the game. So they're trying to get more players to be active and communicate and be part of the community. They've done all these changes. They want player feedback, and they want player feedback from more of the players. The percentage of players that use Discord in a game like this is higher than other games, but it's still never even close to 100%. So they want to get more voices in there, and that's definitely really good. But I want to be clear. Do not private message administrators on Discord. Don't do that. Don't message Bob. Don't message me. Don't message Lower. Don't message Colby. This doesn't mean go out and message admins in Discord. What we are most likely going to do is set up a new channel where people can post in there. Maybe they post their user ID. When it's all clarified, I will cut another video just to clarify this specifically. But do not go in there. Don't go private messaging anybody. Just in general, don't private message people for friend spots or anything like that. There's channels for those things. But join the Discord. We will make a place for you guys to post that you want the codes. The codes will be given out either by the community helpers. We're actually trying to design a bot right now that'll do it so we don't have our community helpers having to private message 500 to 600 people and give them codes and stuff. We're trying to all automate it with bots and stuff. So most likely it will be a channel where you can post. It will be announced and all that when all that stuff's ready. This update's not going to come out for a couple days anyways. I just want to get you guys ahead of the curve. But let me say it one more time. Do not message any admins in the Discord. That is not the way to go about it. We'll make it clear for you. We'll clarify that. But hey, the promo codes are coming. Also, there's talk of possible we might be able to do promo codes with the Hunger Games. We've designed a new Hunger Games bot, and by we I mean Notlock and Lackey have been working on these things. The old bot had problems. It wasn't entering everybody that reacted, and so people are getting kicked out of the contest. And so we got a new bot coming. It's been tested for a while. It's about ready to go live. And yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to raffle off coupons that can be sent to people and stuff like that. So that's really good. So more community stuff is coming to the game. Anyways, number 5. Well, I guess I should continue this going. Number 5. Where am I? I'm at number 5. That's where I am. So autopilot on. Okay. All mythical level equipment fragments can be broken down into ancient pieces. Ancient pieces can be exchanged for a kind of box which allows players to choose one piece of myth level equipment they want. A little bit confusing. So basically you got mythic fragments for items that you don't want. You can destroy them and you can use them to obtain an item that you do want. So this is kind of in there to fix a problem that we were having. The way that the RNG works, because all the mythic fragments, like from Raid Boss 8, for example, all of the Raid Boss mythics, they had the same drop chance. And you used to need 100 of them. Now you need 50 of them, which is an awesome improvement in itself. But the problem is, let's say you want the weapon from Raid Boss 8. It's an awesome weapon, you want it. And what would happen is you would farm a bunch of raids and you'd get an equal distribution of each of the raid fragments. So by the time that you were eventually able to, God, my team got murked. By the time you were eventually able to get that item, well, guess what? It would take a very long time, and you would actually make all of the mythics basically at the same time. So you'd go from having no items to having 6 items, but you'd have to wait such a long time. It's not a great player experience. It would make more sense if you got one item, then a little bit later you got another item, then a little bit later you got another item. So you can actually do that with the mythics. With this new fragment system. So we'll have to see how it's really implemented, how it's tested in game, but that's the theory behind it. We'll see how it pans out, but that is actually relatively exciting. And I do like the fragment system. I just think it needed a little bit of a love, a little bit of tweak. Maybe they could have made it like a material system and you could just buy it, kind of like how Guild Wars 2 had the dungeons and whatnot, but whatever. All right, moving on. Number 6, they have removed the 6-day lockout for when someone left a guild to fight guild boss. So the way it worked currently is if you left a guild, you would be locked out from guild boss for 6 days before you could do anything. And the reason they did that is because they didn't want someone, let's say Unity killed guild boss 1 through 3 in 2 days. We could actually have our members join other guilds and kill their guild bosses and potentially roll on loot or help other guilds or whatever. The devs didn't want that. They want a stable system where people are staying in guilds. That's good for the community. And so what they did while they were preparing another fix is they put that blanket out there that you can't attack another guild boss for 6 days. But the problem there is, what if you naturally want to switch guilds? It was locking players in. It was causing a problem. And so now the way it is if you are locked to the guild boss of the guild that you're locked to the, how do I say this? Let me just read what they say and then I'll translate after. If the player is in a guild and participates in the guild boss, after the player changes the guild, he cannot participate in guild boss and bidding until the next guild boss is reset. So basically, if you're in my guild and you participate in guild boss, if you go to another guild, you can't participate in guild boss until the reset. So you're only locked to reset. So that way, if somebody wants to switch guilds, they could just wait until right before reset. Wait until the last day. Okay, it's the last day. Use your guild boss attacks for that week, and then you can change guilds. No big deal. Easy peasy. So they've essentially fixed that, and that's awesome. Also, the guild boss reset points kind of fixes that problem anyways. Instead of strong guilds sending off guild members to other guilds, with the reset points, you want to keep all your strong people in your same guild and just reset bosses like you've seen in a previous video because, by the way, yeah, we reset bosses this week. let's go to Fusion. Let's make this while I finish up. We're almost there. We're almost there. Trail Goddess. Let's do it, boys. It's been a while since I made one of these. Keep in mind, if you're fusing a legendary, you want to double check and take a look and see if there's an event running right now that gives you a bonus for resetting. Maybe you get like a stat point or some sort of materials in the event for fusing a legendary. So I'm doing it for the video, but you guys might want to be a little bit more smart than that. But anywho, number 7, set bonus has been added to all radiates. Wow, I can't read. Let's try it again. Take 2. Set bonus has been added to all radiation bosses' fallen mythical equipment. So I think they're specifically talking to the mythics that come from the boss. So you can see those on the raid page, and maybe I'll go back there in a second. But they're adding a mythic bonus to this, and so I'm very confused. So you have sets because the set has a set bonus. You have mythics because the mythics have the mythic bonus. However, our set pieces do have that mythic style bonus on there. You know, if you look at my offhand, it's got 3% diversion on top of the set bonus. So we're seeing them blur the lines. It's a little bit confusing. We're seeing them blur the lines, and it's all going to come out to what are the bonuses, I guess it's going to come out to. The difference between a guild boss set piece and a raid 8 mythic is around 50 total stats, and it's just going to come out to be, how good are the new sets? Is it just like hit point drain and hit point bonus? Then whatever. But it's very curious. And what this does point at is if you're in a guild and your guild's not rocking guild boss, obviously you can give me a call, or you now have a way to farm your own gear based on your own farm. You're not dependent on what your guild is doing. If you want to go and get all raid 8 pieces, you can go out and get all raid 8 pieces, and they're just that much better right now. So interesting. As far as this girl right here, I'll show her off in a future video. You guys know what's up. I'm going to use her in Guild Boss. And probably this week, because we reset the bosses, I don't know if we'll be able to attack Guild Boss 1 before my guild kills it, but I think a lot of people use their attacks for today anyways. No, that's going to die. That's like 2 guys attacking probably. Yeah, it's 2 guys attacking. Yeah, he going to die. But anyways, I'll use him against like Guild Boss 3 or something tomorrow. Let's go back to Raid. So what I'm thinking is from Raid 6, 7, and 8, I think they're going to add a set bonus to each of these items. Who knows what it's going to be? I'm assuming it's going to be offensive because, let's be honest, it's going to be offensive. The only defensive item here is the damage reduction helmet. And if this was in Guild Boss right now, if this dropped as a Guild Boss loot item, which it can't do, but I'm just being theoretical, I probably wouldn't bid on this because there's so many more DPS players that they need more loot. So, I mean, I'd call this a DPS item, even though no one really uses thermal damage. Is this thermal? No, that's going to be photon, probably. So, who knows? We'll see it when we see it. And number 8, we're almost done, boys. The level of Battle Pass has been increased to 70. So right now it is 50. That's the pack thing. Right now it is 50. It's going to go all the way up to 70. I would like to see that further increase to 100. But hey, we're seeing some progress in there. It's super easy to run through all this super fast. And then it's once you knock out the Battle Pass for the month, it is essentially it's done. You don't have anything to look forward to. Number 9, the attack opportunity of Guild Boss will be restored 21 times every week when it reset, but it will be restored every day. No, okay, all right. The wording there is weird. Let me help you guys out. Basically, next time the Guild Boss resets, you will get all 21 attacks at the same time. On day 1, you will have 21 attacks, and you can use those attacks whenever. So instead of getting 3 attacks per day, and then you have to log on and make sure, did I use them? Did I not use them? Did I use them yet? What's going on? You will get all attacks at once. And you really want to coordinate with your guild how you guys want to do this. If you know that you're going to upgrade, let's say I know I'm going to push that week, I might want to hold all of my attacks and not do the push, and then wait until I get my gear, get my push, do everything, and then I'm as strong as I can possibly be that week, and then use it on the end week. Or as a guild, you might say, okay, all right, all the weaker players attack Guild Boss 1. All the weaker players attack Guild Boss 2, Guild Boss 3. Then you can save, all the heavy hitters can save all of their attacks for Guild Boss 4. you know. Or the other thing you could do is you could have one thing we're thinking about is doing Guild Boss Day, where when the Guild Boss attacks reset, we all get into voice comms in Discord. We all, shoot the breeze, attack the bosses, and based on how many attacks we have remaining and things like that, that will tell us, should we reset the bosses? Should we not reset the bosses? How should we do it? What should we do it? Etc. It's going to be a little bit crazy when you're killing all these guild bosses in one day, theoretically, because you're going to have so much loot in the guild boss auction. So you're going to have to figure out ways to handle that. But I think this is awesome. There's a lot of players that might not have a time to do their guild boss attacks every day, even though it only takes like 5 to 10 minutes. But, maybe you want to do it all on the weekend. Maybe you're busy. Maybe you want to do this and that. Now the choice is in the player's hands. You will get all of your 21 attacks the first time it resets. Number 10, when SP reaches 40, so when your SP bar caps, it will turn red. This has been I'm surprised how fast this turned around, because this has been requested pretty recently. But what would happen is your SP bar would be super close to full, but 1 pixel away from being full, and you think you have full SP, but you really don't have full SP. Well, now you do. Now you can tell. It'll turn red. You'll have an indicator. Honestly, I was kind of pulling for them putting like a tiny little particle effect on there, but whatever. It's in there. It's good. I can't wait to see that. That's awesome quality of life. Tons of quality of life, man. We're seeing more quality of life than we're seeing anything else. It's awesome. And the last thing in this video, added new language support for French, German, Spanish, Japanese, and Russian. So there you go. Last little bit, the developer's instructions for the update. Let's run through that real quick. First of all, we continue to make adjustments and updates to the game by collecting player feedback as mentioned in the updated content. We want to strengthen the connection between the game and the community, so we will guide players to the community in the game so that there can be communication between players. Hope more language support can make players around the world feel more comfortable. We have changed a lot of talents in this update, hoping to make the career more balanced. In particular, engineers and Kung Fu masters have greatly enhanced. We hope that players can try more professions and builds, and we will continue support and adjust talents. Thank you, everyone, for continuing support and taking time to read this, thinking blah, 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 blah. All right, you got it. So, there you go, fellas. Check out the Kung Fu builds. Check out the Kung Fu talents, the NG talents, the Hunter talents. All those videos are going up. Tons of videos going. I know I'm super flooding you guys, but I'd rather put it up as fast as I can than make you guys wait, just because I want to fulfill some sort of YouTube upload schedule. So, as always, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you're the couple people out there that haven't joined the Discord, get in there, man. Get in that Discord. We got some rewards coming for you. As always, appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.